Right now, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the new footage showing the aftermath and how the U.S. and its allies are countering the destruction.
Plus, why the family of a Wisconsin man who died in police custody are looking for answers this morning.
And we are pulling winter weather advisories back as road conditions gradually get better. We're still tracking who has snow cover.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Lee Linscheid has the morning off. Continuing coverage this morning on the crisis in Ukraine. In a new address overnight, the Ukrainian president ordering a general military mobilization. This as he says the enemy has marked him as target number 1 and his family as target number 2.
It's just one of the latest developments after a day of fighting. And countries around the world this morning are announcing new severe sanctions against Russia.
This is going to impose severe cost on the Russian economy, both immediately and over time. We have purposely designed these sanctions to maximize the long-term impact on Russia and to minimize the impact on the United States and our allies.
A live look at the capital city of Kyiv this morning. It's early afternoon local time in the country right now. The country has announced plans to ban men ages 18 to 60 from leaving the country.
Ukrainian officials say Russian forces are in control of the Chernobyl power plant this morning. That is the site of the worst nuclear disaster back in 1986. The Pentagon says Russia has already fired roughly 100 missiles targeting Ukraine's military infrastructure in highly populated residential areas. That includes one of those missiles hitting this civilian apartment complex. We're also seeing new footage from around the country showing some of the aftermath of the ongoing battles. Charred armored vehicles, smoking buildings, and soldiers digging into positions. Ukrainian President Zelensky says 137 soldiers have died and more than 300 others injured in the first day of fighting.
As Russian forces continue to push into Ukraine, Wisconsin's congressional delegation is responding to the invasion because former President Trump praised Putin just hours before it started. We've been watching closely for how our congressional Republicans are responding. Senator Ron Johnson, who sits on the Foreign Relations Committee, denounced, quote, Putin and his cronies and called on Europe to act with, quote, strength and a resolve to prevent risking a wider conflict. On the Democratic side, just before Biden's speech yesterday announcing new sanctions, Senator Tammy Baldwin called for a full set of, quote, punishing financial, technology, and military sanctions.
In other headlines at 6:02 this morning, the family of a 20-year-old man who died in Milwaukee police custody are looking for answers this morning. Keyshawn Thomas was arrested Tuesday night for a traffic violation, and then during a cell check at just after 6 o'clock Wednesday evening, he was found dead in his cell. According to MPD's standard operating procedure, bookers are required to conduct visual cell block checks a minimum of 4 times an hour. Keyshawn's girlfriend says she spent hours Wednesday trying to get information on him and didn't find out he was dead until 9 o'clock p.m.
I'm like, did he get released because he's still not on a booking site? And they said it was still an ongoing investigation.
When Keyshawn Thomas called his girlfriend from jail, he told her he had been pulled over for failing to use his turn signal. The investigation into his death inside a jail cell continues this morning, and the medical examiner has yet to confirm a cause of death.
More local news now. A federal grant worth $750,000 could make it easier for Madison police to hire 6 more officers. It's not a guarantee, despite the chief pushing hard for the city council to consider it. Our Talia Moholdin reports.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes looks at $750,000 and sees a chance to make a difference.
We saw the grant and we thought it would be a great opportunity to add some officers.
The federal grant would allow Barnes to hire 6 new officers, 1 for each district, focusing on building trust in the community, especially with kids.
What they will be doing is working together for specific programming during the day, as well as reading case reports for any time we see a juvenile or a person of youth who's a victim or a witness of a violent crime to ensure that someone knows about that.
Madison Alders this week took the first step necessary towards getting that money, accepting it Tuesday night. But some looked at that $750,000 and saw a much larger price tag.
It feels like a great deal in the beginning. We're talking about adding almost $600,000 a year to our operating budget. $600,000 a year.
That's because the grant requires the city to gradually match it over several years and eventually pay for the new officers' salaries, totaling nearly $600,000 a year.
And I feel that it's misguided to provide this money to police to solve an issue that we have more nonprofits per capita than almost any other city, state in the nation.
Others are worried about the city's $20 million structural deficit and spending more on a department that already gets more than $80 million a year.
Since I've been alder in 4 budgets, I've seen our police department budget over those 4 years increase by $15 million. So it's not like we're not funding our police department.
Barnes says he knows there are concerns, but sees an immediate need in his community.
Until we reach a point in our society where we do not need policing, let's make sure policing is right.
In Madison, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Tuesday, the Common Council passed a resolution for an initial acceptance of the grant, but still have not committed to any city funding. That decision will be reviewed in the 2023 operating budget this fall.
6:05 right now on a Friday morning. Chris Reese is here with your certified most accurate forecast. Taking a look at those road conditions, kind of depending where you're at this morning.
Yeah, all across the state. Everything you see in purple, that's where we're having slippery stretches this morning. If you see blue, it is covered in snow. And even in Dane County, we have some areas that are covered in snow. This is Highway 19 going out towards Marshall and Deerfield. You've got snow covered there. Sections of Highway 151 out towards Sun Prairie are snow covered. Sections of 51 up towards DeForest are also snow covered. Same with the interstate there. Then it's the Highway 69 headed out towards Belleville, New Glarus. You've got some snow cover there. And then coming from Mount Horeb towards Belleville, things are snow covered. The Beltline definitely slippery. Highway 14 slippery. And Highway 14 out towards Cross Plains also slippery. But all of our winter weather advisories, they are gone. It's now 6 o'clock, so the winter weather advisories have all come down. Here's how much snow I've been able to measure. At the station in my home this morning, 3.5 inches. And then reports from McFarland are at 3 inches. Same for Janesville, Platteville, Milwaukee. WISN Channel 12 studios got 5.8 inches of snow, and that may have been before everything actually stopped. So there were some 6-inch totals a little bit closer towards Milwaukee. Folks, send in your reports, tweet them to me or email them to me, Facebook them. I want to know how much snow you got and where you live, just so we can plot that for us. But here we are, Doppler track really starting to quiet down. It's going to stay quiet throughout the day. Madison, Dane County, you're all drying out at this point. Lake Mills, Fort Atkinson drying out, and same for Janesville and Beloit. Things are all going to be improving for us as we go through time. In fact, let's look at some of the road conditions right now. The sun now coming up. This is the main interstate, and this is a side exit ramp here. Notice how that side exit ramp completely snow covered. The main interstate still has snow on it, but we are seeing improvements. Highway 14 running underneath. That's generally clear at this point. Because we still have some areas that are snow covered, I've got the yellow light for the morning commute, but by the evening commute, things really begin to get better, especially as temperatures warm up. 11 right now, our wind chill at 3. We're going to warm up towards 19 by 10 o'clock, and once we get there, you're really going to start to see a lot of melting on those roadways. 25 later on this afternoon. We go down towards 9 degrees overnight tonight. So another cold night, but it's 36 tomorrow and 34 on Sunday. We're at 40 on Monday, so we're looking at above freezing temperatures for a stretch, and then a chance for rain and maybe a mix towards the end of next week.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. 6:08 coming up. The new program that's bringing back house calls, how it works and how the company is being transparent with its patients.
Plus, Badger men's basketball getting ready for a conference road game this weekend. The player who's recently stepped up.
It's your last chance to get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 65% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in-store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin is on now at Ashley.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. You know what? Skip this video. Go see one at the auto show.
It's auto show time, the best time to buy a Ford F-150 with ways to power up this and that. Work smarter. Muscle for most anything. Plus, special auto show offers to help you bring one home today. Now get a 2021 F-150 with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 auto show bonus cash.
It's your last chance to save at Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day blowout sale. Millions of dollars worth of inventory in stock and ready to go. All with no interest financing for 18 months. No one in Wisconsin has appliance offers like these at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley of Madison.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
When you're sick, the last thing you want to do is drag yourself out of bed and hang around the waiting room or urgent care for hours. What if instead a doctor could come to you?
A Middleton-based healthcare company is offering exactly that to people in Madison and Milwaukee. Susan Simon has the story.
A doctor who makes house calls seems outdated, but Pivotal Health is steering the practice to a high-tech comeback. It's a typical day for Pivotal Health nurse practitioner Aaron Hoekstra. Inside his backpack are all the supplies needed for a visit to the doctor. Flu swabs, masks, COVID tests, and lots of gadgets.
It's not going to hurt. It's just like 5 swipes.
Megan Spicer used Pivotal Health's free app to schedule a COVID test right in her kitchen.
So convenient. It was so safe. And from a financial standpoint, it was exactly the same.
We started this company to make healthcare easier for the consumer. Everything that we do is geared towards making the whole healthcare process easier, more transparent, simpler.
Sal Braco is Pivotal Health's CEO. He started the company 2 years ago with friend and fellow entrepreneur Pete Johnson after a bad healthcare experience of his own.
And I got so frustrated and angry about it. I went to one of my friends, Pete Johnson, and I said, Pete, we can do better.
I've been doing house calls for friends and family, as a lot of my physician colleagues have done for years, and I can see the value in it.
Dr. Andrew Culp joined the team after working as an emergency medical physician in South Central Wisconsin for 15 years.
The joy and relief at having somebody be able to come to the home, take care of something that doesn't have to be in the hospital, like so much of our current urgent care is not a true emergency, doesn't need the full expensive hospital experience. To be able to bring that into the home is kind of what I've been waiting to do my whole medical career.
And now here's the selection.
Having a clinician come to you is as simple as downloading an app, entering your symptoms, and requesting the time you want a doctor to visit. Patients can schedule appointments on the Pivotal Health website or by calling a toll-free number.
It's pretty incredible. We can basically do anything that can be done in an urgent care clinic or in a primary care office. We can do a COVID test right there in your house. We could do a flu test. We can take a blood draw. We can even do x-rays right there in your house.
Transparency in pricing is a big part of Pivotal Health's mission. It shows patients right up front what their out-of-pocket costs will be. The company is currently in network with 6 major insurance providers.
If you order something from Amazon or you want to order anything online, you pay for it up front, right? And you do that because you know how much that it will cost. And, but with healthcare, that clarity is not there. You have no idea walking into that appointment how much this will cost. We do know, and so we can tell you, hey, this will cost you this.
Megan Spicer tried Pivotal Health the first time when her son cut his finger.
He relaxed him and he got to stay in his own home and did the stitches literally right here where we were sitting.
Would you do it again?
Oh my gosh. I would absolutely do it again. And in fact, I've been telling all of my friends about it and pretty much telling everyone, like, it could have been such a horrible experience of, waiting for hours and he was already so upset, and or maybe we would have been exposed to, coronavirus, and it ended up being such an awesome experience.
That was our Susan Simon reporting. Mental health is their next focus. The company is working on bringing a mental health solution to the platform to address the current crisis. We've put a link to Pivotal Health and more information on channel3000.com.
What's old is new again with some modern twists to it. Interesting. Well, the Badger men's basketball team is headed to the East Coast this weekend to take on Rutgers. Wednesday, the shorthanded Badgers were thankful of Jordan Davis, the twin brother of Johnny Davis, Player of the Year candidate. Davis came into the game for a career-high 20 minutes and shot perfect from the floor with 7 points. His teammates took notice of the spark off the bench.
I think the big thing that he did was on the defensive end. He came in and gave it his all and gave it all his effort and just shut some of their guys down when he was in the game. I was really proud of Jordan. I thought he really took advantage of the opportunities, made plays when he needed to, was solid defensively, rebounded, was engaged in the game, knowing that we were, maneuvering lineups.
The Badgers will take on Rutgers tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock on the Big Ten Network.
To the MLB lockout now, Arizona businesses and stadium workers are bracing for a major economic impact as spring training hangs in the balance. Today will be the 5th consecutive day of bargaining between Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association. The two sides are meeting daily in an effort to reach an agreement that will end the lockout. MLB says they will begin canceling regular season games if a deal is not met by Monday. The Arizona Cactus League says the season brings an influx of 1.8 million visitors, with 6 out of 10 of them coming from out of state.
A bunch of billionaires fighting over millions, and then the rest of the people that rely on that are all being impacted. And that's, I think, the hardest part about that is that it's a bunch of super rich people that are impacting the rest of our lives.
Baseball's opening day is expected to be March 31st.
6:17 right now. Chris Reese has his eye on that morning commute.
Yeah,
hey, Chris.
we still have some roads that are snow covered out there this morning. We'll start to clear things up by about lunchtime. This is when temperatures should be warm enough for salt to truly be effective. By your evening commute, I really expect us to be all clear at that point. In fact, here's your travel impact graphic. Notice how we have minor impacts throughout the morning. By the afternoon, pretty much none out there. We're going to keep that around through the weekend. It is 11. For salt to truly be effective, you want to get that temperature above 18 degrees, and we'll do that by the time we get you towards 10 o'clock. Lunchtime, we are at 22 degrees. We'll go all the way up towards 25. For Saturday, check it out. Sunshine, 36 degrees. It'll be breezy with winds out of the south and west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, we're at 34 degrees, so a nice weekend and a warm weekend overall. Temperatures over the next 10 days, going to be warmer than average. Our average high now at 34. We're talking temperatures perhaps in the 40s on Monday, even towards the end of next week as well. Watching road conditions, this is I-3990 where it goes over Highway 14. We are seeing some improvements and traffic is moving along smoothly. We're even getting a little bit of sunshine out there. Again, use caution this morning just because things are snow covered right now, but we'll see that improvement especially into your evening commute. Here's your traffic maps this morning. We are seeing some spots that are a little bit slower, especially up towards Wanakee, but overall, nothing is totally out of the ordinary. With snow on the ground, freshly fallen overnight, it could be much worse. You'll just want to give yourself some extra time.
You make note of the sun angle a lot this time of year because as the sun gets higher in the sky, that snow is more likely to melt. I think that's a really good observation.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I noticed upon moving here. Growing up in Kentucky, no matter when it snowed, if the sun came out, it melted. Here, it can be sunny all week, and that snow does not melt in the middle of January. Sun angle has to do with that.
Yeah, the fresh snow not going to stick around for too long with temps like that and the sun angle.
Exactly.
Thanks, Chris. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, there's a dog show at the Alliant Energy Center. More than 1,500 dogs are expected to compete per day until Sunday in the Wisconsin and Albuquerque Kennel Club Dog Show. Those include some of the purebred dogs that have won at Westminster Kennel Club.
The Wisconsin Kennel Club was founded in 1865, and about 10 years ago it disbanded, and we revived it, and we chose Madison as our home, and people are loving it.
Tickets are $5 a person. The show runs from 8 until 5. It's in the New Holland Pavilion. Children under 10 get in for free.
All the dogs in Madison.
Some good pooches right there.
All right, 6:20 right now. Still ahead for us on a Friday morning. If you're looking to get rid of all those student loans, why you might want to move to Maine.
We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is brought to you by Shopko Optical.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back at the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall in Madison, February 25th through the 27th. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with new gear. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with awesome seminars. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with hard-to-find boats. The Wisconsin Fishing Expo is back with family activities. Go to WIFishingExpo.com for details. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Outdoor News, Don's Marine, Fox Sports 1070 The Game, Lucas Oil, and Explore Lacrosse.
Come experience Floor & Decor's grand opening in Monona. With our unmatched selection of tile, wood, stone, laminate, vinyl, and more, all at everyday low prices, at Floor & Decor, you'll discover the perfect products for shopping on trend and on budget, all in one stop. Plus, our helpful associates make realizing your vision easy from start to finish, so your upgrade has never been more you. Discover your new Floor & Decor, now open in Monona, or visit us online at flooranddecor.com.
With thyroid eye disease, my whole world became about my eyes. I hid my bulging eyes, and double vision made things look like this. But then my doctor recommended Tepezza, a prescription medicine that treats thyroid eye disease. With my symptoms under control, things are really opening up.
In a clinical study, nearly 7 out of 10 patients taking Tepezza saw improvements in double vision, and more than 8 out of 10 patients had less eye bulging. Tepezza is an infused medicine. Patients taking Tepezza may experience infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, shortness of breath, or muscle pain. Before receiving Tepezza, tell your doctor if you have diabetes, inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, or are pregnant or planning to become pregnant. Tepezza may raise your blood sugar even if you do not have diabetes, and may worsen IBD such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis.
My world is more than just my eyes.
Ask your doctor about Tepezza and visit mytepezza.com to see Jeannie's before and after photos.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
.623, our producer Shelby shared her morning with us. She was out ice skating on the lake. It snapped a real cool picture here. This definitely looks like a sunrise.
Yes.
Don't you think?
I'm guessing with her schedule, too, she probably went on an after-work skate.
Shout out to our producers who work long, grueling overnight shifts to put the show on. So when they get done, you think about it, like they're headed home like in the morning, and they get to capture beautiful images like this
before they go to bed for the day.
Isn't
that fascinating?
The day away. So thank you, Shelby, for sharing your morning with us. We appreciate you. If you want to share your morning, it's real easy. Just use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media, and we'll find it and post our favorites.
Well, trending this morning, if you are looking to get rid of some student loan debt, you might want to consider moving to Maine and buying a home there.
So lawmakers there are considering a bill that would forgive up to $40,000 in student loan debt for first-time home buyers. It's a bid to get young people to come back to the state, finance a home, and pay down their student loans and stimulate the economy. Here's how it works. If a person qualifies, the state would pay off student debt over 5 years. If lawmakers pass it, the state would allocate $10 million to fund the program. On average, Maine graduates have about $33,000 in student loan debt. It's one of the highest averages in the country.
That is a beautiful area out there. I've never been to Maine itself, but a few years ago I had the chance to go with my parents. My sister was playing a hockey tournament out in Vermont, college hockey, and we went from Boston up to Vermont and just through the mountains and stuff. Just spectacular area, but I've never been to Maine. I'm guessing it's the same thing up there too.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I feel like Maine flies so far under the radar that people know that it's nice. They're like, oh yeah, here it's nice. I've always kind of wanted to go, but never do.
It's just kind of like way up there. I'm guessing it's probably not the easiest to get to, but, or maybe the cheapest too.
I'm looking at houses in Maine right now. Of course, yes. And let me tell you, they are affordable and they are really nice too. It's cool stuff.
All right, Chris Reese, hit us with the bus stop forecast. Get on Zillow.
All right, here's what we're looking at. Still cloudy in some spots as you begin to head out the door. Temperatures in the low teens right now. They're going to be in the mid-20s headed home.
I hope Chris Reese isn't going anywhere. Oh boy. All right, stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the power swabs.
I think white teeth are absolute sexy magnets. I love it.
Power swabs have really made a huge difference on the entire quality and color of my teeth, and I'm very, very happy with them.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth for hot drinks, ice cream, anything hot or cold. Really, really sensitive teeth. With the power swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It is so fast. It is effective.
Great thing about power swabs is that it's just easy to use. To me, it's the best solution for teeth whitening on the market.
Introducing Power Swabs, the 5-minute stain-removing and whitening treatment. Apply the Step 1 stain-removing cleanser. Use the swab to get in between teeth, around edges, as the blue cleansing detergent is thin enough to get into pores to release stains. Open Swab 2. Duplicate the process. Instantly see up to a full 2-shade difference. That's powerful. Forget gooey trays. Save a fortune on electronics. Forget slippery strips. Imagine your teeth up to 6 shades whiter in a week. Call or visit us online now, and we'll send you the complete Power Swab system. 7 cleansing swabs. 7 Power Swab foaming whitening swabs. Thanks for celebrating hundreds of thousands of satisfied smiles. We're offering them to you right now for this incredible discount. We'll pay your shipping and handling. If you're not fully satisfied, even after day 1, return it for your money back. Laugh more. Smile more. Enjoy life more. Call right now or go online now, and we've been authorized for a limited time to include our on-the-go Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick. It's a $19.95 value, free. With this complete offer, you are saving over 40%. Call or go online now. Brighten your smile and your life now.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. meet new friends, or reconnect with some old ones, and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, on select models, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Lots of clouds as you begin to head out the door, but we are watching road conditions. Some of us still have snow cover.
Plus, worldwide condemnation this morning as Russian forces push their way deeper into Ukraine. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Leah Lynchide has the morning off. The White House says 80% of Russia's banking assets are now subject to sanctions. But Russia continuing its full-scale invasion of Ukraine this morning.
The UN Human Rights Office says that 25 people have been killed by shellings and airstrikes, and more than 100 are injured right now. A residential building on the outskirts of Ukraine's capital hit by shelling early this morning, damaging several floors. The Ukrainian Emergency Services evacuated 150 residents and reported 8 injured, no fatalities.
So approximately in 4 or 4:15, my mother screaming, wake up, wake up. I'm waking, all in the dust, screaming, alarmed from the cars. I don't even know. Maybe this is the shelter, maybe this is the rocket launcher. All in a panic and smoke from the fire. We take off our bags and leave in the house.
Russia has claimed that it doesn't target city or civil infrastructure, but residents of the building says that this shows that Russia is lying. Again, 127 civilians either killed or injured this morning, according to the BBC. President Biden today will meet virtually with other NATO leaders to discuss the situation in Ukraine and additional measures the U.S. and allies could take.
Meanwhile, NATO says it will activate defense plans to protect its eastern flank. A U.S. defense official says around 7,000 additional U.S. troops will deploy to Germany in the coming days. President Biden says he will not send American forces into Ukraine, though the U.S. has sent hundreds of millions of dollars in military equipment to help Ukrainians defend their homeland. No Wisconsin National Guard troops have received orders to mobilize yet, but a Guard spokesperson confirms to News 3 Now roughly 150 Wisconsin Army National Guard soldiers are currently deployed to Eastern Europe. They've been there since last May and from the 107th Maintenance Company based in Sparta and Viroqua.
A local woman is asking people to contact their lawmakers and voice support for Ukraine. Ruslana Westerlin grew up in Ukraine, and much of her family is still there.
A lot of unknowns. Things are developing very fast. I'm terrified. They don't know where it's coming from or where it's going. It's just a very scary day.
Westerlin says her family is doing their best to stay calm, but the rockets overheard have been terrifying. She also says there will be a solidarity event for Ukraine at the state capitol Saturday at noon.
We're also getting a better idea of what this conflict could mean for us here in the U.S. Some people filling up on gas say the possibility of higher costs are worth it to try to resolve conflict in Eastern Europe. Take a look at these numbers this morning. Crude oil approaching $100 a barrel. The average price for a gallon of gas in Wisconsin up about 20 cents from a month ago. The rising prices don't stop there either. Rising oil prices are expected to create a ripple effect for other goods and services.
There is so much happening in Ukraine with new information coming in every minute, and we're keeping track of all those updates. You can find it all in a special section of channel3000.com right on the homepage. Just scroll down to the crisis in Ukraine. 6:33, Chris Reese here now with that certified most accurate forecast. Chris, got some snow on the road still this morning.
Yeah, we do. We're tracking road conditions right now. Everywhere you see in purple, this is where we're seeing the slippery stretches. But if it's in the blue, that does mean it is snow covered. Lots of the roadways in eastern Dane County going down towards Stoughton, Oregon, they are blue. That means they are snow covered. Verona Road down towards Verona, snow covered as well. The highways going down towards Belleville from Verona and Mount Horeb listed as snow snow covered. Highway 19 through Wanakee over towards DeForest and Sun Prairie, Windsor, all listed as snow covered this morning. The belt line has some slippery stretches as of now. This right here is the interstate, I-3990, where it goes over Highway 14 on the east side. We can see that at least some of those side stretches on I-3990 are still snow covered. Some snow in the lanes on the highway. The lanes mainly clear on Highway 14 right now. That being said, you have the yellow lights this morning. That is just because we're dealing with some roads that are still snow covered. The snow isn't falling anymore. We'll certainly see improvements by the time we get you towards lunchtime. We're really going to start clearing up. Your evening commute has the green light because I do expect us to be all clear at that point. Still have some clouds out there, but we'll see rays of sun today. And when it hits that fresh snow, are you going to want the glasses? Yes. Are some of us shoveling this morning? Yep. And about that jacket or coat? You're going to want it as you begin to head out the door. We're at 11 degrees. The wind chill down at 3. Winds out of the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour. Janesville's at 10. It's 15 in Lone Rock, 12 in the Dells right now. Let's take the day and plan it, shall we? We push forward. 10:30, we are at 19. Salt isn't really effective at 18 and below. So once we hit 19, we're really going to start to see some improvement out there. 25 by the time we get you towards 3:30, and then we will cool down to about 9 degrees overnight tonight. Not bad at all, but it could be a lot worse. It gets better as we begin to move forward. This is the core of the cold pushing towards the north and the east. We'll actually see our temperatures a little bit warmer towards next week before we go back into a pattern where we see the cold air to the north and a storm track to our south. We just won't see as cold of the air that we've seen, but we will still see a pattern that'll bring some systems coming our direction from the south and west. First one that arrives Friday. This model now wanting to start it as some snow that goes over to a mix. We'll see how that begins to play out. Model number 2, a little bit warmer with that system, starting things out as rain, which is what we have in the forecast right now. Perhaps mixing with some snow as we start to move into your Saturday. We are going to watch it. That's the one thing we really have to track next week. That is a chance of rain in a mix Friday into Saturday. Temperatures also in the 40s on Monday next week.
Am I excited for some sun?
Oh, yes, you are, Josh. After your little trip to Florida.
We love to see it, Chris Reese.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. 6:36 right now. New this morning, the Madison Police Department say they have 2 people in custody for a weapons violation from Sunday night. The Violent Crimes Unit and SWAT team obtained a warrant for a West Side residence. 2 people were detained with charges pending an investigation. Police also obtained 3 firearms, large quantities of ammunition, as well as cash and drugs.
Hundreds of UW health workers are picketing, calling for a solution to what they call a crisis in the healthcare system. For more than 2 years, they say a majority of nurses have been calling on UW Health's board and administration to recognize their union so they can advocate for themselves and their patients.
We mean business, that we are not going anywhere, we are not backing down, that the nurses are the ones that know what's happening at the bedside, and that we need to be at the table helping to make decisions that directly impact the patients that we're caring for.
In response, UW Health released a statement saying the law is clear that it cannot recognize a union and collectively bargain a contract, but says it will continue working directly with nurses to address workforce challenges and continue improving patient care.
The investigation into the state's 2020 election commissioned by Speaker Robin Vos is expected to be delivered next week. This news comes on the last day of the Assembly legislative session, where the Republicans voted to send a package of election and voting bills to the governor's desk. Governor Evers says he will veto any bills that make it more difficult to vote.
Clever marketing has made vaping attractive to kids and teens, but is it really safer than cigarettes?
In this week's Time for Kids, the recipe for health experts lay out some serious health risks. Chris Reese is here to explain. Chris, good morning.
Good morning. They've been marketed as cleaner and healthier alternatives to traditional cigarettes, but vaping pens and e-cigs can pose negative health impacts for kids and teens. SSM Health pediatric cardiologist Andrea Rock describes these highly effective nicotine delivery systems as evil genius.
It's really some biological evil genius technology from the nicotine companies that delivers higher doses more quickly of nicotine, which still has the same effects as smoking cigarettes as far as elevating your blood pressure, causing remodeling and stiffening of the arteries, and causing damage to the insides of the arteries. So we're seeing it as a pretty addictive, very effective nicotine delivery method that still has all the negative health effects from traditional tobacco products.
Dr. Rock says that if your teen is already vaping, have an open and honest conversation about the risks and damage that vaping can cause. If you smoke or vape and you're trying to quit, talk to your kids about the experience you're going through. Dr. Rock also says that the best surefire way to avoid addiction or smoking, or addiction to smoking rather, is to never start. Of course, our Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is always asking what you want to hear about, so let us know what health topics you're interested in or share your family's health story with us. Do that online at ssmhealth.com/timeforkids.
All right, Chris Reese, important story this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
6:39, as we take a look outside this morning. Snow-covered roads for a lot of those side streets. The plows are working on making those main drags safer for you. We'll have an update on the road conditions and track the next snowmaker in the forecast.
Also ahead, why the Wisconsin DNR is once again warning you to be safe on the ice.
President's Day is the best time to buy furniture, and Slumberland Furniture is having one of their biggest sales of the year.
Wow. Wow is right.
Deals up to 50% off throughout the store. The huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
Cold coming on? Zicam is the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommended.
Zifans love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
It shortens colds.
Zicam Zinc That Cold.
At iMart Express, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40. Using insurance, we accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. Glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at iMart Express.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half.
Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt?
We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back.
Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt?
We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
President's Day is the best time to buy furniture and mattresses. And Slumberland Furniture is having one of their biggest sales of the year. Get an 8-inch foam queen mattress for just $222. Slumberland Sleep Solutions. We've reinvented mattress shopping.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
What's good, Chris? I'm Nolan from Janesville. Chris, plan my day.
All right, what's good, Nolan from Janesville? We're going to plan out that day, likely dealing with some cloud cover this morning. I know we have some fresh snow on the roads. That'll gradually begin to improve for us as we go throughout today. 25 by 4 o'clock. We are going to see a mix of sun and clouds. You'll have periods of cloud cover, periods of sunshine. When that sun is out, It's going to hit that fresh snow, and you are going to say, hold up, where are my glasses? So grab those sunglasses as you begin to head out the door. Here's Doppler track. The snow moving out. We do have some offshore snow showers in Milwaukee. Anyone with a good view of Lake Michigan and Milwaukee, that'll be something cool that you'll be able to see out on the distance. Still a couple of clouds for us. Even the airport reporting a light snow flurry right now. Our temperature at 12. The wind chill is at 3 degrees. Look at how temperatures improve throughout the day. From 13 to 25 going throughout the morning. Your weekend forecast phenomenal. Sunshine and 36 on Saturday. 34 as we start to move towards Sunday. The pattern ahead we're watching, we're generally pretty quiet. We have a couple systems sneaking by to our north, and then we'll start to see something that could arrive as we start to move towards Friday. I'm not set on that just yet, but we're going to watch it. Right now I'm thinking it's more of a rain chance, but some of the latest models wanting to hint at it being more of a little bit of a snowmaker. So we will just have to see how that begins to play out. But tell me what's good. Hey, Chris, plan my day. Send in your videos, Sooks. You can do that to tips@channel3000.com or send it to me on social media.
Yeah, we do have a handful of schools running 2 hours late this morning, too, so letting those crews get out there, clean those roads off this morning is a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Happening tomorrow, the Between the Waves Music Conference, which is being held virtually. It has been 5 years since the inaugural music industry event. Each year, the conference provides the tools and knowledge to help musicians earn a living making music. After taking a year off, founder Roy Elkins explains what emerging artists can expect at this year's event.
Show musicians how to make a living making music, and not necessarily just from live performance. You know, we all want to get on stage and perform. That's the best job in the whole world. But there are other good jobs too that you can make a good living doing this.
Butch Vig, known for producing Nirvana's Nevermind and a member of the band Garbage, will headline the festival. You can still sign up this morning. All you got to do is go to btwmadison.com to register, and you can even submit a question for Butch Vig himself.
There are some warmer days coming in the forecast, and the DNR is reminding everyone to be safe out on the ice. Just this week, a body was recovered in La Crosse from the Black River. Ice becomes a lot more unpredictable when temperatures start to fluctuate. If you haven't been carrying safety tools while ice fishing, the DNR says now's the time to start. The DNR recommends ice picks, life jackets, and an ice bud can help you check the ice.
People want to get outside and do things, and they might not have the experience necessary and understand the dangers they're putting themselves into by going out on the ice at the wrong time of the year or the wrong place.
Okay, so if you do fall on the ice, experts say do your best to stay calm, keep your arms on the shelf of the ice, and then work to climb out in the direction you came from. And make sure to tell someone where you're going before you head out. Well, the Westfield girls basketball team has had a fantastic season. The Pioneers breezed through the regular season, picking up 23 wins, a conference championship, and the top seed in their regional. All great, but for Coach Luke Schowen, the most important thing is respect. Zach Hanley has our Coach of the Week.
Luke Schowen keeps it simple at Westfield.
Here we go, side roundup. We don't have a lot of team rules. You know, the team rules is respect each other.
And that one rule?
We all need to work on making strong passes overhead. Here's a good chance.
It's a big one.
Being able to have that respect and understanding is what makes us so cohesive and unstoppable.
It helped the Pioneers make history.
It was just like so much joy and excitement.
Winning the program's first outright South Central Wisconsin Conference title.
It's definitely a feeling I've never had before. It felt great just to beat everyone in conference and not have to share it for once.
And this group did it together.
There we go.
Everybody has their own assets, and I think we found a way to use them to the best of our abilities, and that's what's made us successful.
I definitely feel valued, and I think it's important because he wants everyone to know that they play a huge role on the team.
Because respect to Schowen.
Dead, tighten up. If the girls know they're valued and that they're appreciated and they're trusted and their effort is rewarded, they're going to buy into whatever you have to tell them.
Is always a game winner.
That was Zach Hanley reporting. The latest Foo Fighters project isn't what you might expect. It's not a new album, it's a horror movie. Studio 666 takes the classic horror comedy genre and adds a rock and roll twist.
You literally are possessed in this movie.
I'm possessed, yes. That was the idea. I mean, I loved the idea that
a singer would be so possessed that he would kill and eat his band over creative differences.
Ahead on CBS Mornings, Anthony Mason meets with Dave Grohl to get a behind-the-scenes look. That's right here on News 3 Now after News 3 Now this morning. Well, Coors Light seems to be getting ready for the film. They're blessing fans with a beer to fight off the devil. The company says Coors Almighty is made with real blessed water to, quote, ward off the demons and keep your soul safe. Their website claims that the limited batch is blessed by an ordained minister. The company is giving the beer away in some states, but it is not available here in Wisconsin.
Drinkable demon deterrent.
Coors Almighty.
Oh, my goodness. All right. For what it's worth.
6:49 right now, ahead in the morning sprint. Janesville crime is down. New teachers in Madison schools and the latest on the Supreme Court.
If you've got a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can share their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 30% off lenses with the purchase of any frames.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night, your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 77 years. And during our 77th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $77. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Ukraine is bracing for a second day under assault as a full-scale invasion by Russian troops continues this morning. The Ukrainian government reporting powerful blasts through the night in Kyiv, with some strikes hitting residential areas. In a chilling address to the country, the Ukrainian president said overnight he was the #1 target, but vowed to stay with his people. He declared that Ukrainian men 18 to 60 are now banned from leaving as thousands flee the conflict.
The investigation into the death of a Milwaukee man inside of a jail cell continues, as the medical examiner has yet to confirm a cause of death. Keyshawn Thomas was arrested Tuesday night for a traffic violation. Then during a cell check just after 6 Wednesday evening, he was found dead in his cell. Family of the 20-year-old is demanding answers.
The long-awaited investigation into the state's 2020 election commission by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos is expected to be delivered early next week. This news comes on the last day of the Assembly legislative session, where the Republican-controlled legislature sent a package of election and voting bills to the governor. Governor Evers has said he will veto any bill that makes it harder to vote.
In Rock County, Janesville Police Chief Dave Moore says the city saw its lowest crime rate in nearly 4 decades last year, crediting an engaged community. He says the city saw a 14% decrease in overall crime in 2021, including a 2% decrease in violent crime and a 16% decrease in property crime.
A fun event last night for soon-to-be teachers in the Madison School District. About 90 of them taking part in the district's first staff signing day event, where they signed early hire contracts. The district says it organized the event to give the student teachers the ability to focus on their last few months of post-secondary education rather than continued job searching.
At the Sylvie last night, people were able to put their trivia knowledge to the test for a good cause. It was Trivia Night with Andy North, raising money for the UW Carbone Cancer Center. In addition to trivia, the lineup included a live auction, raffles, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Speaking of celebs, our very own Leah Lynn Scheid was the host. Look forward to hearing more about that when she gets back with us next week.
Yeah, lucky enough to sleep in this morning.
Yeah.
Moderna is testing a new kind of booster shot which combines 2 types of vaccine. One is the company's original shot. The second adds an Omicron-specific vaccine. The company expects some data for the booster as early as next week. Pfizer is working on something similar, though FDA officials say it's unclear if an Omicron-specific vaccine will even be necessary. 3 former Minneapolis police officers have been found guilty of violating George Floyd's civil rights. A federal jury found Tu Tao, J. Alexander Kang, and Thomas Lane showed deliberate indifference to Floyd's medical needs in May of 2020. The 12-member jury deliberated for about 13 hours over 2 days. The 3 former officers face another trial in June on state charges of aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter.
President Biden has picked his Supreme Court nominee. Exactly 2 years ago today, the president vowed during a presidential debate to pick a black woman for the high court if he was elected. We don't know who it will be. That announcement could come as soon as this afternoon.
We're continuing to watch our road conditions improve out there this morning, but we still have snow cover in some spots. Take it easy early. We'll clear things out for the evening commute. Still some cloud cover out there, 13 degrees. The airport reporting some light flurries. Our wind chill is at 4. Planning out the day, we're going to see a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures top out around 25 this afternoon. That being said, headed out the door, when the rays of sun do hit, they're going to bounce off that fresh snow, so you want the sunglasses. Yep, some of us are going to be shoveling in. Grab that jacket or coat as you head out the door this morning.
Chris Reese, thank you. And thank you so much for joining us. Make it a great day and have a wonderful weekend.